Hi there, my name is Morgan Rysdon and I'm a nationally certified Alexander Technique teacher. Now, the question that I hear probably more than any other question is, what exactly is the Alexander Technique? Now, my personal definition that I use most simply is that the Alexander Technique is a set of skills that somebody learns in order to improve the way that they're using their body in everyday life. And once an individual learns these skills, they then practice, develop, and apply them to their everyday life to prevent pain and injury, to get rid of excess stress or tension or compression in their body, and ultimately just to feel better. So these are the things that I often will tell students help people get out of pain or improve their posture, all those benefits that individuals hear about. So let me offer you an analogy that oftentimes I'll use with students that's very helpful, is that Alexander Technique is similar to, say, a musical instrument or a foreign language, right? And with a musical instrument, you're learning how to do it because you're interested in playing that instrument, right? Someone can't just hand you the harp and say, oh, I think that you'd like to learn the harp, here's a harp. No, usually somebody looks and they say, oh my gosh, I really want to learn that instrument. And then they go off and they do it, right? But you have to have an interest, you have to have a need or a want or a desire to learn it. And then it makes the learning fun, something you want to do, something you want to practice. And the more you do it, the better you get. Now, similarly, if we take sort of this foreign language aspect, there are different layers. And what I mean by that is that depending on how much you study, how long you study, how often you practice, you're going to get better. And those of you who have knowledge of a foreign language can probably relate. So sometimes I'll even tell people, it's the same as when, let's say that you go to France and you learn a little bit of French because, you're going to France and you want to be able to get a coffee. So now you have a set of skills and you can order, let's say, a coffee. Oh, je voudrais un peu de café, s'il vous plaît, right? And so just like un peu, a little bit. But it's enough to get by. You can definitely order yourself a coffee in the morning and you're pretty good to go. But let's say that you meet someone, they speak Spanish, and you now want to move to Spain and you want to get married to this person, and you probably want to have deeper conversations than just ordering a coffee. So chances are you're more interested and you're more likely to continue to study and learn and practice and apply your knowledge of that language. So you can tell someone, yo quiero un abrazo y un beso, ahora, right? I would like a hug and a kiss right now. Because that's important, perhaps, if you're getting married and living in Spain and you want to be able to have deeper conversations with the people in your life. And this technique is very similar to that in the sense that sometimes people just brush the surface. They get a little bit of information so that it helps them with their neck or their shoulder, or maybe it's something that they say, I feel really good since I've been doing this. And I think I'd like to feel good a little bit more often. And then they dive a little bit deeper. And the best part, of course I'm biased, is that anybody can use it anytime, anywhere, without any special equipment and no preparation. All you need is your mind and your body. So I often think of this as really truly being in body. This is my definition of it, is when I'm using my mind and my body in this sort of cohesive way, which includes thinking about how am I doing something in my day-to-day life. I don't just rummage through, my junk drawer in my kitchen. I really stop and I think about how am I pulling the handle out and how am I taking these things out? And would it be easier if instead of looking so quickly, if I slowed down and I breathed and then I took one thing out because it's getting a little stuck instead of just jamming and pulling because I'm in a rush. I can't believe I can't find what I'm looking for. I stop and I really think about how am I using my body? Is it in a way that is helping me or is it in a way that might actually hurt me? And the more you do it, in my experience, it feels better and it's pretty addictive. You want to feel good more often because it's easy the more you do it, right? The more you practice a language, the more you practice a musical instrument, the better you're going to get at it. And this work is very similar. Now, I created this channel because not a lot of people know about the Alexander Technique. And unfortunately, even for the students who do study this work, whether they're in classes or lessons, they don't always know how to talk about it. So I wanted to change that by creating videos that were, I think, a little bit easier for people to digest, and information that hopefully would get people questioning the way that they're doing things. At the very least, thinking about what I said and asking themselves, is that something that maybe I do, or I could look at, or I could think about? And then if I do think about it or change it, what's my experience? Now, if there is somebody in your life that you know, a friend, coworker, family member that you think would enjoy these videos, appreciate them, or even benefit from them, I really hope that you'll share my channel with them. I always appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't already, I'd also love if you'd hit the subscribe button. You can also hit that notification bell. All of those things really help me out a lot. And of course, I appreciate it. And of course, check out some of my videos and leave a comment with the things that you're most interested in learning about. All right, until next time, take care. Ciao.